All right, everybody, this is the gear that I got. So I'll just do a little pan here of everything that I'm bringing, and we'll start all the way over here. So the first thing I got is this little stove. It's a titanium cookware set. It's pretty light. It's got a few pans and whatnot in it just to cook some food. I'm not even sure if I'm going to bring it or not. I'll see how it fits in the pack. A lot of times I just cook on a rock or on a small grate. I got a knife here. And this is a nice sharp knife. Use it for whatever. I got a couple skinning knives here that I bring with me, just because they're super sharp. You always want to bring a pair of gloves. I like the mechanics gloves with the knuckles on them, just in case you got to hit something with your hand or something like that. Or you're doing something, you just kind of slip. Those are nice just to protect your hands. I've got a fire starter here. Obviously I'm going to bring a couple lighters that we have over here, but you always want a nice flint fire starter. I've got this little knife sharpener. A lot of people will be like, oh, why don't you bring stones with you? Because that thing weighs nothing. That thing weighs under an ounce. It's tiny and super light, and it does sharpen your knife. I generally use that on pocket knives and stuff like that. So I got my two headsets here. These are like $5-6 on Amazon. You can buy two for $10. Make sure you get the ones with batteries. You don't want the rechargeable ones. You want to make sure that you get the ones with batteries. Those rechargeable ones will just die on you. They'll be super bright, and you'll be out looking around trying to find the outhouse or something, or trying to do whatever, and they'll just plain die without any warning. Obviously, I got a flashlight. In this little pack here, I've got some bug spray, and I've got a phone charger. I've got my Zippo here. I got this over in Korea when I was in Seoul. Pretty nice lighter. Obviously, garbage bags. Make sure you bring garbage bags with you. You don't want to be leaving trash around. These areas are too beautiful to mess up. You definitely take all your trash with you. I got another little USB cable. Got my compass. This right here is a chain for cutting. Basically, this is a chainsaw blade, and it goes on this. This is an extra one I have, but this is one that's in here. And you just use these orange straps here, and you can basically just cut logs and whatnot. It works just like a saw. Pretty nice and compact. I've got nylon rope here, and I've got quite a bit of it. This nylon rope I use for hanging my food. That's paracord. It's 550, and when they say 550, it means that each strand basically adds up. There's 3 strands in there. They add up to 550 pounds wrapped in that nylon covering. And so, if you have any type of food when you're up there, you got to go I usually go about 150 yards from where I'm camping, maybe 200 yards, and I make sure I get that thing pretty high up in a tree. You just don't want to attract bears. You don't want to attract, anything that you don't want coming in your camp. I honestly don't mind bears. I don't mind coyotes. In fact, I love coyotes in the wintertime. If you ever go up and cook, meat in the Adirondacks in the wintertime at a lean-to or a campsite, you'll draw the coyotes in, and they are just awesome animals. I love hearing coyotes. We got an emergency blanket. This obviously, it's summertime. I'm not going to use that as a blanket, but it is something good if you ever get lost or you need help. You can hang that thing up, and someone's going to see it from the air. We got a washcloth. You want to stay clean when you're out there. Zippo fluid. Got another emergency blanket here. Obviously, we have some binoculars. Sunscreen is a must, especially for me. That COVID vaccine a couple years ago, man, really messed up my skin. 2 days after that COVID vaccine, my hands ended up getting like an immune reaction. We got a life straw, and then another must here is the multi-spice, and this has got salt, paprika, curry, cayenne, little garlic salt in there, black pepper. And that's just something, man. When you're out in the woods, having something like that is fantastic. Put a little spice on your food. We've got this little guy. I cook coffee in this thing, and this is nice. It comes with a nice sturdy cup in there. seals up nice. You just have to push on it. I've got a couple sponges here. I like to stay clean in the woods. You know, especially I'm going to be out there a couple days. I don't want to be totally covered in dirt. We got the Huggies wet wipes for that exact reason. We got the inReach. Anyone, I mean, it really doesn't matter what you're doing. You're taking a long trip in your car. You're you know, anything that, you know, these devices are not all that expensive. You can pay about $300 for the device, maybe a little bit more now. I found this one on Facebook Marketplace. You know, a guy got 2 of them for Christmas one year, and he sold one. It cost me $11 a month, and I can text anywhere in the world. It's satellite-based texting. I can be out in the middle of nowhere. I can text. They got this SOS button on the side, and it doesn't matter. You can open this little case up, and it's got the button there. And it does not matter if you ran out of gas. It goes to a call center. You just tell them what your emergency is, and they'll coordinate the response to it. So if you're lost out in the woods, they're going to contact a rescue team. If you ran out of gas on a remote highway, they'll contact, you know, a tow yard or a tow truck company or something like that, or the police if you need the police or fire, whatever it is. For $11 a month and that initial investment, you really can't beat these things. I keep this in my truck, and you just never know. Especially going up in the Adirondacks where cell service is limited. I got another Garmin device here, and I like to keep 2. It just as a backup. You know, I obviously bring a compass, and I'm a great orienteer. But just having GPS is just so much easier. If you get lost and you're hungry and tired, and you know, or you're injured, giving someone the exact coordinates of where you're at, you know, you can't beat it. This is a power bank, and you can buy these on Amazon for pretty cheap. I don't know what I paid for this, maybe $40 or something like that. This is a solar screen. It's got a built-in flashlight on it. You can see here it's got the built-in flashlight, and then on the back it's got all the cords that you need to connect to your devices. So it's got the USB-C, it's got the old Android charger, and then it's got a Lightning, and then even on the side here it's got one that can connect to a laptop. And these things are great, man. That thing will last you for a couple days. Fully charged, and the best thing about it is it's got the solar panel to recharge itself. So when you're not using it, you can leave it out on a rock right in the sun, and you'll have, you know, all your power you need there. Here we got our tent, and this is actually a hot tent that I use for winter camping. It's got a stove attachment that goes in it, but obviously I'm not going to be using the stove. But it's super light. It weighs about a pound. Super light. We got our sleeping bag, and you know, if you're gonna have a sleeping bag, you want to get something that has down in it. That's gonna keep you warm. The only thing with these bags is you can't get them wet. You get down wet, and it's just not gonna work. So a lot of times, what I'll do is I put these in a trash bag, like a nice thick leaf bag, just to make sure it's not gonna get wet. And you can see that here with my pack. I got this garbage bag inside as a liner. I also bring, and you can get these on Amazon, and they are a lot more expensive than when I bought them. These llama blankets. These are wool llama blankets, and they will just repel water. It is hard to get these things soaked. So I always bring these. They're nice and thick. They'll keep you warm if you need it, and they're great just to lay on. I've got 2 of them. This trip, I'm just going to bring the 1. Then we got our Starlink here. So this is the Starlink Mini. I've got a Jackery. I've got DeWalt batteries with this attachment that goes into the Starlink. And, you know, I just got this kit with the, I've had the Starlink for about 6 months now. And I finally just got these little attachments. I was using the Jackery. And I got to say that, one of the things you got to make sure you do is test out your equipment. And, you know, I like to beat my equipment up. Don't go easy on it. Beat it up. Find out what it can take. You know, if you have something that, you know, you spend some money on, you beat it up, and it breaks, then you know that, you know, it's better breaking while you're at home than out in the middle of the woods when you need it. So I tested these, and they give me, this one right here gave me about 5 hours, and these little ones here give you about 4. I've also got this guy. So this is a third-party device that goes into the Starlink, and it takes these large 21700 batteries, and I've got 6 of them, and they're rechargeable. And this will click right into the back of the Starlink, and it gives you about 5 hours of time. And then the Jackery itself will give you about 12 hours to 13 hours of full-on YouTube streaming through the Starlink. And these things are awesome. I mean, you say what you want about Elon Musk, but man, this technology is just totally awesome. To be able to go out and live stream these trips, and to have communication with my wife and my friends, you know, you can't beat it. In terms of the backpacks that I bring, I got a just a normal military style backpack here. This is where I'm going to keep the Starlink, all the batteries, the Jackery, a couple other things. I'm going to put one GPS in that bag, and then I got this bag here where I'm going to put almost most of my gear. And in the next video I'm about to film, I'm going to show you how I get this on the kayak and how we're going to get going out into the lake with this stuff on the fishing kayak. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or to DM me. And if you're ever interested in going on a guided trip anywhere in upstate New York, I'm your guy. So take care, everybody, and thank you for watching.